Yes, all of you. Can you hear my voice? Yes, all of you. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Yes. So yesterday we discussed the basic introduction part of our UI. Today I'm continuing on the first topic of our course, that is HTML4. Yeah, today I'll explain to you how to install VS Code to our application and how to write our program. All I'll explain to you. Here we are in Web UI. Under this, we are going to start the first topic, that is HTML4. Under this, to write our program, we will use IDE. Here it is an integrated development environment. Here only integrated development environment. Here under this, you can find IDE here. That is one VS Code, Autumn, brackets, NetBeans. Here NetBeans. Like this, you can find it here. So many IDEs.
Not able to see the screen, shared screen, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Need to share my screen. Yeah. So here, we are in Web UI. Under this, paint window not visible. Okay. Here, we are learning Web UI. Under this, first topic Visual Studio Code. First topic HTML4. To write our program, we will use VS Code. Here, that VS Code will be here. You can install it from the Google itself. Here, 9 p.m. To write our program, we will use it here. IDE here. That IDE here. VS Code. So for this VS Code, go to the Google, search for VS Code. Here Google, search for VS Code. There you can find vscode.exe file. See here, go to the Google. Here, go to the Google, search for VS Code. Here VS Code, just enter. By this, you can find it here, that Visual Studio Code 1 downloadable option. This is downloads. By that VS Code will be downloaded in our system. See here, VS Code, this is one set of file, it is downloaded in our program. After downloading this Visual Studio Code into our program, here once you double click on it, just you can double click on it. By that, you can see here that installation procedure of Visual Studio Code. Here, you can see here that set of file of VS Code. Just click on share. By this, you can find it here that accept agree terms and condition. Just you can click on the next. By that, you can click next button here. Just you can click on install. See, by couple of next buttons. So it will ask you for the next, one more time next. Here it will be installed. So once VS Code is installed in our system, then we can do it here. So VS Code it is installed in our system. So there you can find it here, file, open folder option will be there. File, open folder. Under this open folder, you can search for, here it is file, open folder. Under this open folder, here you can find it here. See, first go for VS Code. After completion of installation, then you can start search button of the start button of computer, search for VS Code. VS Code will be opened in our system. So once it is opened, then you can go for VS Code file, open folder. Under this open folder, you can create here our 11 AM folder for our application. Under this HTML4 folder, under this 1.html. Like this, we will write it here, our VS Code. VS Code for our program, we can write it like this. Here, go to the computer start button, search for VS Code, just enter. By that, you can see here that Visual Studio Code here, that Visual Studio Code, whatever I entered here, that I can show you for my program. Here, VS Code I can able to show for my program like this. Joined, Ramireddy joined, and Kamal not joined, Kishore joined. Okay. Yes, here in this, here VS Code, you can see here the download option. Here, after downloading, start open that. Here, there is a file. Here, file here. Just click on this file, open folder. So by this, you can open this folder in our program like this. So just select our folder. So I want to create one 9 p.m. folder for our batch. I'm creating one 9 p.m. folder. Under, just select that 9 p.m. folder. Here, select. By this, VS Code will be reloaded with our workspace of 9 p.m. See, my VS Code is reloaded with a 9 p.m. folder. Here, there is two options. One is new file, another one new folder. See here, I'm creating one new folder, that is HTML4. Under this HTML4, you can find it here, one new file here, 1.html. 1.html, I'm creating like this. Any
Madam, we
HTML.
are seeing, uh,
Oh, okay,
we
okay.
are not seeing that particular screen you are displaying.
Okay.
We are seeing Visual Studio Code web page.
Okay. See here, go to the file, open folder option. Under this, I created one 9 p.m. folder for our program. Just select. By that, 9 p.m. folder will be opened in our workspace of VS Code. Under this, you can find here new file, new folder option will be there. This is one new file. This is one new folder. Under this new folder, I created 1.html. Under this 1.html, standard code of HTML will be here. Doc type, HTML, HTML start and close, head start and close, and body start and close. Here, body start and close. Like this, you can show your execution. Head and body tag you can show for our program like this. Head tag, we'll use it here. Script tag and style tag, we use it here for writing CSS code. Here, script tag, we use it here for writing JavaScript code. Style tag, we use it here for writing CSS. Under this body tag, we can write it here, any HTML, other tags. Welcome to HTML, I'm writing inside the body. So here I'm writing 9 p.m. folder. Under this, I'm creating one HTML4 folder. Under this, I'm creating 1.html. Under this 1.html, you can find here that execution of the code will be like this. Here, that output will come like this. Here, you can find it here, HTML, head start and close, body start and close. This is what here, HTML. Under this, see here, I'm going to execute this program. So up to now, how to write our program, that 1.html program in VS Code, how to write it, we understood up to now. Here, we wrote it here, standard code of HTML will be doc type HTML. Here itself, HTML start and close. And here itself, you can write it here, head start and close, and body start and close. Okay, inside this body tag, you can write it here, you are welcome to HTML message. Okay, like this we can write it. So I'm explaining here, I'm using one IDE to write my programs. In this IDE only, I'm going to show my output like this. Here, doc type HTML head and body is the standard code of HTML. To execute this program, here to execute this program, we have to go for VS Code. In this VS Code only, here VS Code, there is extensions. Under this extension, search for live server. Live server. See here in VS Code, go to the extensions, search for live server. So live server, you can find it under this. This is one live server. Once you click on install button of live server, so live server will be installed in our system. Here, once you click on install button, here, once you click on install button of live server will be installed in our system. So after this, go to our program, right click, open with live server. So when you right click, open with live server, your program will be opened in the live server. Your program by default opened in the live server. Here is extension. So once you install live server into our program, here live server, in that you can execute your program, output will come like this. See, this is the execution of the program with the browser. Here click on install button. So after that it will be installed in our system. Here go to our one.html program, then right click on it. Here by that it will open. Here right click on it, you can find open with live server option. By that your program will be opened in the live server like this. This is the way generally we'll execute our program. Here this is the way only generally we'll go for execution of the program. One more time I'll explain to you how to install VS Code, how to configure our program in the VS Code I'll explain. Here I'm going to start first topic of our course, that is HTML4. To write our web UI programming, we have to use one IDE here. IDE is an integrated development environment. Without IDE, you can write your code. You can write it in Notepad, you can execute it by browser. Because of this IDE, there is easy development. Whenever you write starting tag, automatically it will give ending tag. So everything directly it will display. All properties and value of properties, everything internally, that code related basic structure automatically given by this IDE. Here we are using here this IDE here. Integrated development environment is the IDE. Under this VS Code, Atom, brackets, NetBeans, all will use it here as our IDEs. Under this IDE, you can find it here VS Code. Just search for Google, find it VS Code, vscode.exe file. Then next button, it will be installed in our system. Once it is installed in our system, you can go to the computer start button, search for VS Code, it will be opened in our system. Once it is opened, so go to the VS Code file, there is a file option, open folder. See here in this VS Code, there is a file option, open folder. By this, your folder can be opened in our system, in our VS Code editor. See, VS Code is opened in our system like this. Under this, I have created one HTML4 folder and one.html program. Under this HTML4 folder, I created one.html. Under this one.html, I'm printing here, welcome to HTML. So by this, my program welcome to HTML will get executed by browser. To execute this program, I'm going to the extension, then search for live server. If you click on install button, your program will be opened in the live server. Okay, so live server execution will come like this. Another way of execution here, go to the application, documents, our 9 o'clock folder, then HTML4, double click on your program. This is one execution with a live server. This is another execution by default browser. Both way you can show you your execution. One is live server execution, another one is here. Normally opening the file with the browser. So two ways you can execute your program. One is with live server, another one is here default browser. Both way you can execute your program. Now I'm going to show you here what all the things we have to learn it in HTML4. Okay, here up to now is it clear how to install Visual Studio Code, how to run our program, and how to write our program? These all, is it clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All students? Is it clear for you? Okay. Yes, thank you. Here, Here now I'm going for this VS Code, how to add it, how to run it, we observed here. Next I'm going for here this VS Code. Here how to write in HTML4, what all the tags we can write it, check it. See here under this HTML4. Here we are learning here HTML4. Here we are learning here HTML4. HTML is a hypertext markup language. It's a hypertext markup language. It is a hypertext markup language. Markup
Looks like it is stuck, right?
Yes, hello. All of you, can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Sorry, it is hanged in my system. So that's why they are restarting. Wait for my screen. Screen not connected. Recording started, but the screen not connected. Just 1 second. Yes. So let me continue. Here, HTML is a hypertext markup language. Here, markup means here, markup language here, markup means here, it is a tag-based programming. Here, tag-based programming language, we call it as markup language. Here, markup means it is a tag-based programming. Tags, we will write it here like this. Tag name start, tag name close, we'll write like this. Here, one type of tag here, it is paired tag. Second type of tag here, it is unpaired tag. Unpaired tag. Here, unpaired tag, we will write the tag name and here itself we'll close it. This is unpaired tag. Here, what all the list of tags comes under pair, what all the list of tags comes under unpair, you can check it. Here, I'm explaining here pair tags and unpair tags. Here, you can find it here, that list of tags, what all comes under pair tags, what all comes under unpaired tags, you can check it. Here, pair tags are here. Here, one list of tags are here, pair tags. Here, these tags are here. Body tag is a pair tag. Here, HTML tag is also a pair tag. Here, head tag is a pair tag. Script tag is a pair tag. Here, style tag is also a pair tag. Then H1 to H6. H1 tag, H2 tag, H3 tag like that. H1 to H6 all comes under heading tags. P tag is used to display paragraph content. Here, and the div tag is used to display division of the web page. HR tag is used to display div tag. Table tag is used to display table of content. Marquee tag is mainly used to show scrolling content for us. Right to left, left to right, any scrolling content we can show to the user by list of all these tags. Here, this list of all tags comes under pair. Pair here, whenever you write the starting tag, definitely you need to close it. This one only we call it as pair tag. Here, unpaired tags, we can write it for our program. Here only second one here, unpaired tags. Unpaired tags are here. Image SRC is used to display images. BR tag for break line, HR tag for horizontal line. Input type equal to text is for text box. Like this, we have some list of tags, all comes under unpaired tags. we are learning here that list of paired tanks and list of unpaired tanks all will be like this. Yeah. Here we are learning here paired tanks and unpaired tanks in our program. Paired here, whenever you start the tank, definitely you need to close it. This is paired. Here, now let me write it here. Script, HTML, head, body, all are paired. Now H1 to H6. Here it is heading 1. Like this, H1 to H6 tanks all comes under paired tanks. H2, H3, H4, H5, then H6. H6 all comes under paired tanks. Here H1 to H6 all comes under paired tanks for our program. Okay, here only you can write it here. P tank is used to display paragraph content. Here P tank I'm using here to display paragraph content for our application. Div tank is used to display div tank here. It is a division of the web page. Div tank is used to display division of the web page. Here, yes.
VS Code is not visible.
What is not visible?
VS Code.
VS Code not visible. Oh, okay. I shared everything, but it is not visible. Here, we are learning here paired tags. That list of paired tags are here. HTML tag, header tag, body tag, script tag, all comes under paired tag. And H1 to H6, all heading tags, P tag for paragraph, div tag for division. To run this program, already we are executing with a live server. See here, live server execution will be like this. Heading 1 to heading here 6. All different sizes of headings all are displaying like this. This is all possible by heading tags. H1 to H6 will use it as our heading tags. And this is what here paragraph content will use it here P tag. Here div tag is used to display division of the web page. Like this, here we can write it here all tags. This list of all tags comes under paired tag. Next unpaired tag here, HR tag. See here, you can see one separation line here. This is unpaired tag, HR tag. This HR tag, you can write it here with some attribute here, HR tag color. Color red, if you write it, it will show you one separation line in red color. See here, one red color line I can show you like this. Here only you can write it here width. Width of that line here 30%, 40% like that. And size of that one here 30 pixel, 40 pixel like this. See here, 30% of my screen is covered with 30 pixels of thickness line. 90% of my screen, I want to cover it at 30 pixels of line. See here, 30 pixel thickness, 90% of my screen size. This is one HR tag. Here, image. Image SRC, we use it here to display images. If I have any image in the current location, I can use it. See, I don't have any images here. Now, let me get one image into the same location. I'm copying and I'm pasting one image into this. So now if I use it here, that one.jpg, directly I can display in my program. See here, you can display one horizontal line as well as you can display here one image will be like this. Similar way, you can write it here, image SRC, I can display here C drive. So demo folder or something XYZ folder. Here, I'm going for the C drive, XAMPP, htdocs, sorry, here C drive, our pictures, here saved pictures. Under this, so copy this image. Here, go to the image tank. Now paste it. Under this, you can find it here one.jpg. This way, if you write it here, this way also we can display image. Here I'm going to display image here. See, it is not displaying. It is not displaying with the live server, But normal execution time, if you refresh, you can see 2 images. This is directly name of the image where I copied in the same location. Here, this is one more image. It is from my other location of my system. Live server can able to find currently where you are, that image. If you use it, it will work. Same image URL, if you write absolute path of that image, if you write it, it won't work. For every image, we can write it here, width, how much width of that image you want, and then height, how much height of your image you want, and then ALT. Here, ALT, here it is a flower. Flower image you can display. See here, if the image not available, it is printing here flower. This is one image and this is one flower. This way I can display. Here, next I'm using here image SRC, we use it here to display that images. Here I can copy any URL, absolute path of that image, or any URL address of that image. Suppose if I search for images, I can use any one image here. Any one image, I can click it here. I can copy that URL of that image. Copy image address. I copied that image address. I'll paste it here. By this, I can display that image in the current location. See here in this 1.jpg. Here you can see here first image, second image, and this is the bigger one is third image. Horizontally, vertically, it is very bigger size image, which I copied from the absolute path. Here URL, not absolute path, URL. See here URL image. So if you don't want that much bigger size, you can write it here, width and height for this. See, I'm going to write width of that image here, 100 pixel. Any number pixel you can write. Height, 100 pixel. So within the width and height, you can display your output like this. This is one image, this is flower image, and this is here one more image. This way you can display your output for our application. This way only we can execute our program like this. Here I'm going to show you my output for my application like this. Here I'm displaying here my current location image, other URL image, and all other images we can display like this. And BR tag. If you want to break one image to another image, if you want to move into the new line, you can use BR. BR tag is used to display break line. See, after first image, second image is going to the new line. After second image, if you want to move that image into the new line, you can use one more BR tag. So by this, here, the third, one more image, last image also will go to the new line. See here, first image, second image, third image. All the three images are coming to the new line like this. This way we can execute it. This is possible by here image tag. Because of image tag, I'm able to display my output like this. This is totally about the image tag. Today, completely we discussed pair tags and unpair tags. Under this, how to write image SRC and how to display our output, how to execute our program. These all we discussed up to now. In the next session, in the tomorrow's session, I'll continue on the block and inline. One more time, I'll revise this pair and unpair, and then I'll go for block and inline elements in our HTML code. Okay, block and inline elements, I'll continue on the HTML4 in tomorrow's session. Up to now, if you have any doubt, you can ask, please. Any doubts? Yes, please. Any doubts?
No, madam.
Yes, correct. Yes. Bridget.
No, madam. I'm okay.
Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow, 9 o'clock for the continuation. Thank you.